Ooh, I have a wasp in my ass. That's great. I love that. America. Just kidding. We're still in Sweden. Get pranked, bish. I can become a prank channel. All my videos are just like pranking that we're in the US, but then it turns out we're still in Sweden, baby. Du gamla, du fria, du fina gaycation. Good evening, laddies, lasses and lassos, and welcome to the click. You smell absolutely astounding today. And don't let anyone else lie to you and tell you otherwise. Gaycation emotional support team. Oh! Available now! Link in the description. Get it now and enjoy your gaycation forever. Before it's gone forever. What happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation. Except for the gaycation emotional support team. And that comes with you. He knows what you did. The internet is a fun place, isn't it? Like, I'm sitting here in a heat wave and my ass is really swampy. But you know what gets even swampier than my ass? That's right. USdefaultism. That's like a swampy ass in Swedish summer. And it's people who think that US is the only place in the entire world, and it makes for some really funny interactions online, and I figured we would dig through it together because I feel very American today. Enjoy.
If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago I went to Mexico City and forgot to bring a charger. Well, I'm in Germany now and I didn't forget, but that's a problem. I mean, I get it, different countries use different bricks, but what even is that? Every frickin' outlet. I mean, I have USB-C cables, so I could just charge my phone off of my other phone or like my speaker or something, but when those die, it's gonna be a problem. I don't understand why they can't just put one US outlet. It's not like I'm in the frickin' Congo or Azerbaijan. This is Berlin. What? It's Americanized. I literally just ate out of KFC.
Wait, what do you mean Americanized?
The TV has USB Type A right there. Wait, do I even have a USB Type A cable? I don't think so. Hold up, my mouse for Minecraft. Hell yeah, we are so back.
Adapter? Question mark? Like, adapter costs like $3. What? It's not like I'm in the freaking Congo or Azerbaijan, because, you know, those places don't even have plugs and probably don't even understand the concept of electricity. Loved how he had to bring out other countries to prove his point. You know, every country that respects itself must bow to the United States, after all. I always find stuff like this kind of like weirdly funny in a way when I see it online, because like this is literally just traveling to any country with different socket standards. Like when I go to the US, I also need to bring an adapter. Why isn't America more Swedified? How dare you have IKEA but not Swedish? I tossed the cable. Not Swedish outlets. Outrageous. How dare you? Just get an adapter at the airport, man. Come on.
The thing I don't like about Holocaust movies is they buy into the fatphobic myth that everyone can get skinny if they just stop.
Ah! Wasp! Wasp! Shoo! Summer creature. We'll see if I get stung, it's fine.
Buy into the fatphobic myth that everyone can get skinny if they just stop eating. If there were ever a real Holocaust, there'd be more fat femme physique represented. Big old Lizzos.
I get the feeling this might be like a 50-50 on like the satire scale, you know? I guess starvation isn't real anymore. That's nice to know if we ever get like stranded on an island or whatever. That's convenient. Hell yeah. My friend's mom.
I want his muscles. Ooh, maybe I'll start running. First, then I will lose weight, but I wonder if that is steroids?
Conservative Florida mom. That's an interesting profile name. And here's an accurate representation of Trumpy Dumpy. That's gonna be my new squat program. It's gonna be called Trumpy Dumpy. It's gonna be great.
Man, look at this beautiful video, this beautiful natty, this absolutely base natty. It's a completely real video, no AI or no roids on this one. Heck yeah, you get these muscles just from running with grandma. Conservative Florida grandma.
Man, you know our standards for like fitness influencing are absolutely when someone asks like, I wonder if this is steroids, and the picture is like so incredibly roided that 99.9% of people that even do steroids wouldn't look like this. You know what I mean? It's like you get past like steroids to like, I don't know, cartoon superhero, right? Our standards are messed up, man.
Hi, my name is Messi and I really like skullets.
I know who you voted for.
Please tell me. I will give you a hint. I am not American.
Ooh, that does the opposite of narrowing it down. I guess the argument was supposed to be something like, ooh, you have a haircut that's slightly outside the norm. You must be one of those libs, aren't you? But they're not even from the same country. Oh, that's just this kind of internet content in a nutshell, isn't it?
Why can't I make and watch TikToks about it being summer here without Americans flooding the comments with, no, it's winter, and it's December over here?
Hemispheres. A mind-boggling concept. Hell yes. But don't you know there is only one hemisphere? Because the Earth is flat? Take that, libs. Najar.
Change your Twitter name, it's offensive.
That's literally my name.
Perhaps consider legally changing your name. Your name is hurtful.
No thanks. It means lover in my own language. So consider shutting the f*** up. Hey there, random person on the other side of the globe. Did you know that your name sounds mildly similar to a word that is offensive in my language? Are you living on the other side of the world that I will never actually meet to change your name to adhere to me, the unhinged person on Twitter? Out of all the things you could choose to do to, like, improve the world, you know, volunteer at a local soup kitchen, or, like, call an old friend and make sure they're okay, or, you know, donate to a charity, or whatever it might be. No, today we're policing what people's names sound like in different countries. That is... Georgians call the mother Deda and the father Mama. Lol.
No, we don't. It's mom and dad.
He's talking about the fucking country!
Why there is a country called Georgia? I've never, it's only a state.
For those who want to see Ariana's popularity all over the world, here it is. You see this complete map of the world? This is the whole world. The only part of the world that matters.
I put my oven on 25 degrees and bake this potato for 4 days straight.
Can we please normalize talking about temperature in Fahrenheit? It's far better for these kind of things.
No, it's not. It's literally not better for anything. You know, when I was a kid and started watching American movies, I always thought the saying, "Oh my god, it's 100 degrees outside," was just like a hyperbolic saying. Like, oh, it's so hot outside, stuff is literally boiling, you know? But it turns out they were actually, literally, 100 degrees. For the longest time, I thought it was just a figure of speech. Breaking. Georgia officially bans LGBT propaganda, same-sex marriage, and gender reassignment surgery. Boo!
I am confused. I thought same-sex marriage was legal federally since 2015. No?
I mean, this one I can sort of see people get confused over because they don't mention the distinction of country or whatever. I guess apart from the fact that there's a country flag in the post, but... Okay, ignore that.
Also, you posted this online. Online was invented in the US.
Maria, Jesus fucking Christ. Tim Berners-Lee was British. I swear Americans worry me sometimes. I swear I have seen this argument before, but arguing something like online is like American soil or something like that. You know, I swear I've seen this argument fly up on my timeline before.
Where are you from?
Korea. What about you?
I'm from London.
Oh, what's the UK like?
I don't know, I've never been there.
You said you lived there, though.
No, I meant London, Ohio.
Wait, there is a London in Ohio? Wait, what? This one is legitimately confusing, though. If someone told me they were from London, I would certainly assume they were from the UK and not from London, Ohio. Oh my god, are you from Stockholm? Stockholm in Sweden. No, Stockholm in Ohio. Is there a Stockholm in Ohio? I don't even know anymore, man. Australia, 10 Australian dollars. That's fake. $10 bills have Alexander Hamilton on them. I'm not sure who that is on yours, but there has not been a change to the $10 bill. But for fuck's sake, Steve, it literally says Australia on the damn bill, Steve. People online can write, but they cannot read. How did you learn to write, but not how to read? I thought you learned to read before you learned how to write. What is this education system?
Twitter these days.
Have some respect for your leaders. Trump is your president.
Since when?
Since my vote got him elected.
In Estonia?
Estonia? Which state is that? Is that in Ohio?
Google Maps says it will rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America for US users.
For all of its users? Why not just the US users? That's the name of the Gulf now. For everybody.
No, but it already is for the entire world, you see, because the US is the entire world. There, don't worry your sweet little head about it.
Drake makes music for people who follow billionaire mindset accounts on here.
You tweeted this at 5 in the morning. He certainly has a hold over you.
I'm in the UK.
5 a.m. is 5 a.m. Don't embarrass yourself any further. He still lives rent-free in your mind. God, delusional libs, am I right, fellow alphas? They invented things like gender and shit. What are they gonna come up with next? time zones. Disgusting.
Man, this is why I love the internet, because there is something about being behind a keyboard that makes people so incredibly confident. Like, if you have a person that's already a bit, like, obnoxiously confident and a bit of a know-it-all, right? It just amps up to, like, times 100 when they're on Twitter. And it makes it really funny because it doesn't make them any smarter. It just means that they're more confident in their beliefs. This is what they mean when it's like, oh, you need to respect people's opinions. The opinion, time zones aren't real. I love this.
What sign did you take to a protest today?
None. I live 9,200 kilometers from there. Lemao.
You live 9,200 kilometers from every protest in the US? So you're in space?
There is a whole world beyond the US. I also love how even the updude behavior on Reddit is so America-centrist. Like, the first one is just, oh no, I live far away from the protest. They're like, oh, downvote. You're just lazy and don't want to protest. And then when they actually clarify that I don't even live in the country, then like, oh, upvote, I guess. No one thought that 9,000 kilometers could be like outside of the country? All right. Ask yourselves this. Why Europeans do not celebrate Juneteenth when they was slaves first? Man, that's barely English. Because Juneteenth celebrates the freeing of enslaved people in the USA. Why would Europe celebrate an American holiday? I want everyone to celebrate Midsommar. It's beautiful. You stick a pole into the ground to represent fertility and stuff in the ground, and it looks like it has two balls on the top, and then you dance around it singing little frogs, and then you get wasted with like your grandpa or something. It's kind of nice, actually. Can someone please tell me why British grocery stores sell this dangerous candy if it's illegal almost everywhere? I am so confused. Oh, you mean Kinder Eggs? Don't they sell guns in like Walmarts? You know, just saying, like Kinder Egg versus or maybe it's a tiny gun in the Kinder Egg that you can piece together. Maybe that's why. Context: Kinder Eggs are only illegal in the US. Why are Kinder Eggs illegal in the US? Can someone please tell me why US grocery stores don't sell this candy if it's legal almost everywhere? I am so confused. American laws are written by a random number generator.
Did someone say guns?
That's the most ironic part, isn't it? Like, there's definitely more dangerous shit that you can find in stores. That isn't like, I don't know, a chocolate egg with a toy in it. What?
I will never forget my daughter got in trouble at school. Teacher, what body of land is called the boot? My little, Italy. Teacher, no, it's Louisiana. My little, oh,
you're local-minded. We got ice cream afterwards. Local-minded is such a good insult. Oh my god, the comments are also unhinged. This is gold. I would have said Italy, as I have never once heard Louisiana referred to as a boot my entire life.
Then whatever school you went to failed you, because ever since elementary school we were taught about the states that make a chef, with Louisiana always being the boot. Hell, it looks more like a traditional boot than Italy.
Schools outside of America don't really care what shapes the states make.
And as I said in a previous comment, why wouldn't you think any of this applies to you if you weren't American? Go fee?
Do we actually call it a body of land when the boot shape is because of borders? Yeah, that's also like a thing, right? I would assume a body of land means like a body that is in something, like in water, right? Is it really a body of land if the only thing separating it is like arbitrary borders? I'm not sure about the definition, but that's a fair point. I can vote next year. The New Zealand election is next year, and I can finally vote. I just registered myself onto the roll today. Haha. Hi there. We're redirecting all discussions about the US election to the mega thread found here. Please participate there instead.
Oh, yeehaw, ain't no one getting past our freedom bots.
This is why you idiots lost. Never change.
I didn't lose Jack. Lemao, I am Norwegian. I relate to this one hard. I've had people ask me a few times online, like, oh my god, who did you vote for? And it's like, well, it's a party that you've never heard of. And then, oh, you voted third party? What do you mean third party? There's more than that. No, it's the fifth party or whatever. My birthday is 28/7.
28 is not a month.
I mean, you're technically correct, yeah? r/no stupid questions. Can a band that is unknown in the United States but big in the rest of the world be considered successful? Yes. I mean, to be fair, it is under no stupid questions. I mean, it is in the right place, but yes, the answer is yes. Universal queer experience, and it's just growing up in Los Angeles, USA. I'm gonna start calling things hyper-specific to my teenage years universal queer experiences just to annoy jankies. Having a crush on Kim Song-young when you were 13 living in Dagao, the Republic of Korea, is the universal queer experience. And if you disagree, you should
yourself. Oh, the queer experience.
As another non-American queer, so many things that are considered queer culture are actually just affectations of terminally online Gen Z Americans. I cannot dislike the hehe funny blowhigh. I love the blowhigh. No, don't slander the blowhigh meme because 1, no IKEA in South America. 2, even if it did exist, I just can't really go out to buy something nice for myself that easily. Blowhigh isn't only popular in the US though. IKEA is Swedish after all. I even see people walking around with the plushie. Oh, blowhigh, my international icon, heck yes. I mean, of course, stuff like nostalgia or like awakening moments and jokes like that will be heavily dependent on the media you had around you when you grew up. I don't think that's strange. I just think that it's something that happens everywhere. And because of like Americans being a very big demographic in like the English-speaking internet, I think it's just something that kind of like defaults there. I also know that places like Sweden, for example, import a lot of American shows. For kids, we typically dub them. For adults, we don't dub them. But I remember watching a lot of kids shows from the US, like for example SpongeBob when I was a kid, but it was dubbed in Swedish. So even though I know the SpongeBob episodes, I can't make like a SpongeBob impression because I never watched it in English. I only watched it in Swedish, man. So I guess in this case, when you say universal, it's more like, ooh, all the gay kiddos I have around me can relate to this. You know, it's not so much that it means literally the entire world, I suppose. It's just words doing word things. But everyone certainly has their own nostalgia depending on where they grew up. I don't think that is a strange thing.
Why do you choose British English in your videos, not American?
Because I'm British and that's how I speak. My god. r/AskReddit. Whoever reads this, why are you still awake? Is it insomnia? You're at work? Just not ready to go to bed? What are the reasons? On my lunch break at work. How? It's only 4:38 a.m. Yeah, you know what they say, rise and grind, and then you have lunch at 4 a.m. I mean, for me, it's like 10 in the morning. It's almost lunchtime. But even the US has multiple time zones. My wife used to work at a call center that answered calls from the US, and not understanding that time zones exist was a common occurrence. I guess most people just live within their time zone and never leave. Okay, to be fair, I do also believe that call centers probably have like a heavy bias towards people that might be like a little bit silly. I have this story from a friend of mine who used to work at a call center support desk, and there was like this lady who called in one day and was like, oh, my computer is not turning on. And they're like, okay, is it a desktop or laptop? And it's like, oh, it's a desktop, okay. Like, can you check the cables? Is like the power switch on the back turned on? You know, all this kind of stuff. Are the breakers turned on? And after going through all this stuff, they finally said, all right, well, I guess let's open the computer. Like, you know, there's obviously something broken. So they opened the computer and he said, oh, take a look at this thing inside of the computer. And she said,
Oh, I can't see anything. It's too dark.
and he said, oh, can you turn on a light? And she said,
No, there's a power outage.
so they had been like error searching this computer for like 25 minutes straight. And it turns out the whole house is just out of power. My point is that I think this might have to do with there being like a slight bias in people who call centers a lot versus like US-centric things. You know, I think it's maybe more that. It's another WUSP. Get. I'm busy being American. There are no wasps in America. God. This is Airport System, and here's like some AI slop meme. It would also explain that the account might be AI, because that's a weird sentence structure. Anyway, maximum 25, 120, 23, and that's okay. But 55 and 27, it's Angie.
This is so funny because I am 140. Who is 55 pounds and a grown woman?
I mean, it doesn't say in the meme, to be fair, but it's probably kilograms, because 25 is also pretty common, like standard for luggage limits. This is a kilogram meme. Metric meme or imperial meme? The true segregation.
Oh yeah, and frick the month, date, year format. Date, month, year format makes no sense.
It does make sense. Day, month, year, month, day, month, day, year. It's our language. We say the month first. That's how we write it. It's English. In England, they say the day first. Yes, in England. That's not our language. Bruh, our language. I'm guessing you speak American.
In this household, we speak American and only American.
r/ask a Russian. Why people don't speak English with foreigners? ? I also feel that this post is gonna be barely English. So I'm visiting Moscow, and I noticed that literally no one speaks English except for hotel receptionists, which their job is to... Oh, this is painful to read. From random people in street to shopkeepers, and even people who work in tourist visiting areas. When I ask them simple questions, they nod and say something in Russian or just say something like, no English. And all my friends who visited Russia suffered the same problem. Even a lot of signs are only Russian, and goddamn, there is tons of grammatical errors and typos. Like in this very text you wrote out. Isn't it very ironic that it's always the people demanding the world to speak the same language as they do barely speak their own language? It's like they never saw a non-Russian person before. Is it a educational problem or some national ego or patriotism? I am not Russian, but I'm guessing it's the same reason most Americans don't speak Spanish with Latin American foreigners. When Russian tourists speak Russian to you in your hometown, do you respond in Russian? Oh my god, people speak their own language in their home country instead of American. Disgusting. How dare they? Me and that one Mepha the second, we both turn 18. Woo! There's 3,000 comments, all gonna be Americans saying it's 21, isn't it?
It's actually 21, sir. So who's gonna tell him?
Nobody, because it's 18.
It's 21 for most people, dog.
How would you know that it was 21 for him?
Little bro, it's 21.
It's 18.
No, look it up.
It's only 21 in the US. In Europe, it's 18, and in Germany, it's 16. American knowledge.
It's 21, little bro. Skull emoji. My ranked teammates.
Okay, this comment section is kind of cooking. Okay, I have a little bit of hope left for TikTok. Not everyone lives in America, little bro. They think they're the only country. Smartest American.
You mean 21?
Acting like the laws in your country are the only ones in the whole world. Man, it's an entire comment section of this. This is absolute gold. Anonymous asked, hey, just a heads up. You probably shouldn't call yourself Indian if you aren't indigenous. Smiley.
The country of India? Ever heard of that one before? I guess not.
I mean, it's a pretty small country or whatever, you know, it's easy to miss, you know, so you know, there's that valid excuse.
Human or not. So I'm guessing you're supposed to find out if it's a human or a bot you're talking to. How are you doing today?
Salutations, us.
Real.
Are you in school right now or what?
Nah, I finished a couple hours ago.
What time is it for you?
16:04. How about you?
Bro, English. I don't speak military.
Spot on! You just talked to a fellow human. English, I don't speak military. Who calls it military time? I mean, I know who calls it military time, but it's a rhetorical question.
It's called digital. Here it's digital klocka. Digital!
r/no stupid questions. I do like the premise of this kind of subreddit, because you ask questions that you know are probably gonna be silly, and it's the place to do it, right? So I always have a little bit of leeway when it comes to stuff from the subreddit. How do Americans have accents? I talked to someone who was British, and they talked about American accents. I corrected him and said we don't have accents. Another friend further states that we do in fact have accents, but I just don't understand how, because I never talk British.
Oh, that's funny and endearing. Oh, that's really funny.
I mean, everyone has an accent. You probably just find the one around you to be the neutral one because you grew up with it and the one you're used to hearing. In Sweden, it's the same thing. You have tons of accents in Sweden, but the one you grew up around is probably one that you find the most neutral. That's usually how it goes for most people, at least. 10 out of 10, love the realistic look.
It should have 52 stars, not 1.
First of all, this is Liberia. Second of all, USA flag has 50 stars.
Liberals don't have a flag. Lamau.
Oh my god, I'm sweating!
r/ask an Australian. So who did you all want to over here? Donald or Kamala? Who did you vote for? Donald or Kamala? Fellow Swedes in the comments, did you vote for Donald or Kamala? Let me know in the comments. It's very important political discourse.
My husband has just found out I've had the same mobile number for 23 years, and he thinks it's insane. I refuse to memorize another number. Memorize? Spelling! Marilyn, I am British.
Oh, sorry.
Marilyn, I am British. We spell it with an S. There you go, Marilyn. Take that and sit down, you little with the weight shite!
Not all snakes are poisonous. Don't run when you see one. Always check first. Venomous, non-venomous. Readers added context. This diagram is for a specific region within the US and doesn't apply to all snakes worldwide. Many venomous snakes have rounded heads. Many non-venomous can mimic the triangular shape. It is always best to leave snakes alone in the wild, no matter the species of snake. Yeah, like how to identify snakes just varies drastically by region. For example, in Sweden, you have two snakes that look sort of similar. One is a hasselsnook, and the other one is a huggorm. The huggorm is venomous, but not the hasselsnook. But they can look kind of similar, right? And you can tell them apart because one had a zigzag pattern, and the other one has a pattern that is sort of like zigzag, but with dots. And then there are also some of the snakes that are more like waterbound that have like little yellow ears, if you will. So there's a few different ways to tell snakes apart, but it varies heavily on region and like which species of snake it is. So yeah, no, posting stuff like this like it's a universal tip, probably not a good idea. Women's size is linked with how provocatively she's dressed. I'm allowed to wear a bra and go outside and it's considered fashionable. But if someone with D-coupled order did that, it's perceived as inappropriate or over-sexualized. It's pretty ridiculous since breasts aren't inherently sexual. Before colonization, Indian women never even wore tops. It's just another way to police women's bodies, I'm assuming it says before it cuts off.
Native American? Please don't call them Indian.
Just to clarify, I am talking about Indian people from the country of India. It's also so funny because if I'm not mistaken, like Native American, if you called someone by the same word, for example in Australia, they wouldn't take too kindly to that. Like different countries have very different standards of like what is deemed offensive and what isn't, which is kind of funny because sometimes it's like the polar opposite of different countries. It's kind of interesting. I also think on the topic of like bodies or nudity or whatever, it depends so heavily on culture, which is kind of like what the OG post talks about. For example, I've noticed there's a vast difference between like my American friends and my Swedish friends. Like Americans are much more I'm not sure if prude is the right word, but nudity is a much more like intense concept, if that makes sense. Whereas in Sweden, I remember I was on a work trip and went into a sauna, and people were just like, bro, why are you wearing pants? And I'm like, oh, my bad. Whoop, there they go. So, you know, it's just a different idea of what nudity means, and it depends more on context, I would say, or like topless sunbathing or whatever it might be. So I think it's just so culturally dependent, and it's very obvious when you have like different friend groups from different countries.
How is 38 degrees hot? Asking genuinely because here it's freezing in America.
Stop defaulting to America. The post is from Bangladesh. You guys are so arrogant and dumb.
Funny, because we gave you permission to use this app, so be more respectful.
Wait, so because Facebook, which is owned by Sucky Wucky, is American, then you're supposed to like I don't know, kiss the feet of random people on Facebook, even though they have stinky opinions? No, thank you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna call the manager. I'm gonna, call Sucky Wucky.
Is water supposed to be inside of the keyboard? Probably, right? Yeah, that's fine.
I'll put it over here. Who needs keyboards when you have America, you know?
This is so disrespectful. Red, white, and blue are American colors.
No, it's not.
It is! Everyone will think of the US when they see unorganized red, white, or blue. You see, you're not allowed to use these colors because we own them now.
20 centimeters? This is extremely disturbing.
They make centimeter tape measures? Why?
It's just one of those mysteries, you know. Is the universe infinite? Is there a beginning to time? What happened before the Big Bang?
Why do you make centimeter tape measures? Holy fuck.
Looked up from doing the dishes on a Saturday morning to see this cheeky bugger. Also, my windows were dirty, but this photo inspired me to clean them. It's a roo!
Where do you live in the USA where you have kangaroos?
You know, it's the American state of Australia. It's right next to Ohio.
The drinking age is 21. I reported you.
Also, even if it was in the US, why are you being such a damn narc? Got yelled at by an American woman for jaywalking in Edinburgh, where it's not illegal. I'm in Edinburgh, where I live, and was just yelled at by an American woman for jaywalking.
Because that's illegal.
Except it's not illegal in the UK. I hadn't even just blindly wandered into the road. It was completely clear. So I crossed and this random tourist yells at me to follow foreign laws? Ah, a classic tourist Karen. Isn't it beautiful? They found a humanoid tooth in Georgia. Country, not the state. That is 1.8 million years old.
Georgia is a state, not a country. United States is a country.
But they literally said in the post, the country, not the state. Oh, how much more clear can you make it? Oh my god.
Ah, one American standing behind another. Very powerful. Look at these two Americans. Beautiful.
How are you a lesbian and a Trump supporter, skull emoji?
I am not a Trump supporter.
You literally tagged the video, hashtag Republican, skull emoji.
Maybe it's like a different country would mean something else, you know, maybe.
Congratulations on noticing that. Did you also happen to notice this video is about Ireland? I have an Irish flag in my username, and I've tagged the video Ireland.
Okay, and?
And I am an Irish Republican, not an American Republican. How are they still playing like dumb and sassy when they're clarifying it? It's like, it's a different country.
So? Why are you still voting for Trump?
God damn it, man.
I don't give a fuck if you're setting the story in ancient times or the Fey realm. If you're not black, you shouldn't write about slavery. It's not ancient history or a hypothetical. It's the reality that still does harm today. To ignore that is disrespectful and racist.
But I don't think making a piece about slavery that has taken place somewhere else in the world or a different time is in any way ignoring the fact that it has still done harm in more recent times or even does harm to this very day. They don't cancel out. They're not mutually exclusive. This is very strange. Ah, well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here.
Remember to check out I threw it away. Gaycation. No. Where's my gaycation?
Remember to get the Gaycation emotional support demon before it's gone forever, because everyone needs a gaycation. Have an amazing rest of your day, wonderful, beautiful beings, and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.